Guys, di ko katog. Murag, I feel like gusto na ko i-chika sa inyo kay dagan kay nag-comment sa ko ang post and nag-send sa akong message nga muuyab nila lagi daw gikog afam kay basin ko lang nasa afam akong swerte. Kaning mga tawhan namang good have been in my life for less than 10 years. So obviously wala sila kaila sa ko prior to 2020. So sumawala king balo kay nailhan ra ko ninyo 2020 onwards. This is the story of my afams, plural. So syempre niagi na ko ana no. I had been involved or dated afams in the past. I was even engaged 10 years ago to an afam. Wait, let me just wash my face. First, let me talk to you about the very first AFAM that I got involved with. It was a summer fling. I met him in Casbah before in Boracay. O, diba? He was British. His name is John. And it was a 3-month-long fling. Oh, that was the very first. He was British. He was handsome. It was a very steamy 3 months, no? And then after that, after 3 months, I rested for a year. Na ayoko muna talaga magka-involve sa AFAM kasi syempre na-traumatize ako doon sa fling na yun. Kasi syempre ako naging marupok at na-inlove ako sa kanya. At ang tagal kong nakaget over sa kanya. So that was John. And then after I met John, so 1 year nga, after the 3 months, then I met Jason naman. And eventually, Jason became my fiancé. Si Jason naman, yung aming prenup ay ginawa sa Amerika. I think it is the only Disneyland shoot in Bride and Breakfast to this day. So kung isa-search nyo, Delightful Disney Duo, nasa Bride and Breakfast pa yan. Yan ang aking afam na fiancé, which happened more than 10 years ago. And hindi kami nagkatuluyan kasi hindi ko kasi siya ganun kamahal. At sinulot siya sa akin ng friend ko. Sinulot siya sa akin ni Paige. Tapos, ang nangyari dyan, I met yung totdaga ko na talagang minahal ko ng todo-todo, which is also an afam. So magkasunod din sila, which is also an afam, si Ian. Ito yung kahati ko sa tattoos na to. Kaya ayokong pag-usapan yung tattoos na to because, of course, it was because it's half kasi to sa guy. Ito talaga yung totga ko, si Ian. Si Ian was 7 years younger than me, pero napakabait. We were together for 11 months. It was a very beautiful 11 months that we were together. At siya talaga yung pinakamatagal kong get over na afam. Sobrang tagal. So we broke up 2015 and then nakaget over ako sa kanya mga 2019 na ata. Oo. 2019 na ata. Actually, 2019. And then before that, may na-meet akong isa pa. Pero hindi ko kasi siya type. Si Jeremy. Pareho kami ng birthday, kami, pero hindi ko talaga siya type kasi I was still in love with Ian. So yung mga nagsasabi na parang babalik ako sa AFAM or sa AFAM na lang ako, galing na ako dyan. And yes, I would agree na they really treated me so well compared to my Filipino exes. So, 10 years din kasi ako naging single, 'di ba? Parang ever since Ian, parang matagal talaga ako na wala akong jowa. And then, of course, I got married na to a Filipino. And then yung na-realize ko that if I want to be treated well and I wanted to be treated right, I need to do that for myself. I need to step away from dating. I need to focus on myself. I need to be able to relearn how to love myself and not let myself go. Pero sa mga nagsasabi that mag-a-affirm ako or hindi kasi pwedeng, alam mo yun, hindi kasi pwede na i-suggest mo lang yan like out of the blue. Because it's all about attraction. It's all about, nag-iba na kasi ngayon yung mundo. Given that, of course, I'm a single mom. It's not that single moms don't get it right, ha? It's just that I have Tony, who, nakita niyo naman yung video, openly says that, ayaw na niya akong magpakasal ulit. And sa mga nagsasabi na parang, Tony, bakit sinabi ni Tony kanina na parang, Mama, and a fumble like you, it's because nalaman niya about my exes kasi kunento ko sa kanya about the time nga. Kasi di ba we had a conversation about being treated right. Tapos chinika ko kay Tony what happened. Chinika ko kay Tony about the people that really knew how to love me and to take care of me, and they were not Filipinos. Kaya ganun yung sinabi ni Tony kanina na an a family like you. Piniintindi ko kasi kay Tony that it's not about nationality. It's about how somebody is raised, how somebody communicates, how somebody processes love. Yes, ganyan yung mga conversations namin ng anak ko. So, sa mga nagsasabi yun nga na parang it's a high time na mag-affirm daw ako, galing na nga ako dyan. And of course, may trauma din ako dyan. Kasi grabe, greatest love ko yun si Ian eh. Totga ko nga, diba? Ang tagal kong nakaget over nun. Ang tagal. And kahit ito, I'm gonna have this erased by next year. Pero ito talaga, I'm keeping this one forever. I don't know where Ian is now. I don't think na magkikita pa kami ever in this lifetime. Pero every year, sinasabihan ako ng yaya niya, na friend ko pa sa Facebook, na buhay pa siya. Yun lang naman yung namin, yung buhay pa siya. Ayokong malaman kung kinasal na ba siya. Ayokong malaman kung how he is or where he is. Because he dropped out of the face of the earth. Like, he didn't happen. And I have to recheck the people that I knew from that time in my life. My family, lalo na yung parents ko, my sister, my brother, to check if he was real. Kasi talagang totoo, kahit malaman niyo yung pangalan niya, i-check niyo siya sa Google, as in, 0 traces. And then doon ko lang na-confirm na totoo pala talaga siya. Kasi, kasi may mga moments na din kasi na kahit ako sabihin kong, dinaanan ko ba yung love na yon? Dumaan ba yung ganong love na yon sa buhay ko? Kasi trust me, grabe talaga yung love na yon. Grabe. And kaya alam na alam ko what love I deserve and the love that I want. Kaya siguro naging transactional na lang ang love after that, nawala. Kasi yun nga, parang Ian was it for me. Pero I'm not closing my doors kasi alam ko naman talaga na may nakatadhana para sa amin ni Tony. So yun, I checked my Gmail kanina lang at yun nga, nakita ko yung pictures namin from Lawag kasi nalibo talaga namin yung Pilipinas except for Mindanao kasi bawal siyang tumungtong dito sa Mindanao. Hindi ko kasi pwedeng pag-usapan yung work niya dito at the time because of a security clearance. So, let's just put that aside. Pero, yun, siya nagdala sa akin all over the Philippines. Sila naman ganun naman talaga sila. They travel with you. And then, yung time na yun kasi, when he went back to the US, gusto niya sana akong isama, but I couldn't. Kasi I couldn't leave my family. And wala din naman akong regrets because kung nangyari yun, sumama ako sa kanya, iniwan ko yung pamilya ko, there would never be a Tony and I wouldn't be here in front of you guys. So yun, parang in a way, yung mga comments na yan, kalma lang tayo. Kasi what I realized or what I know now in my late 30s is that dating is fun. Because number one, I'm trying to find my feminine side again. I don't want the survival mode for 2026. Iiwan ko na yan sa 2025. Kaya nagpapaganda ako para sa sarili ko. I wanna be more confident. I wanna be more soft. I want to be more feminine because I want to attract masculine energy. I want to attract a provider mindset na talagang totoong provider na at hindi magpapabuhay kasi ayoko na talaga ng peg na DPWH. DSWD pala. Gusto ko pala yung parang DPWH contractor level na talaga yung buhay ko. Yung tipong kami naman yung aalagaan. Yung kami naman yung mamahalin ng buo at kami naman yung tatanggapin ng buong buo at hindi gagamitin. And I want that love. So I want to attract that love. And maybe, it's not a Filipino. I'm not closing my doors. Love is love. At hindi mo talaga malalaman yan. But sa mga nagsasabi na mag-affirm na ako, kalma lang di natin alam. Si Lord lang may alam. And siya lang talaga ang magdidikta ng love life ko. Ingat!